Hey guys, so today we are working on the power of God's Word, and we started with creation, how God spoke everything into existence. So we're doing a watercolor, almost like a galaxy. I mixed up my watercolors and I added those onto my paper plate, and I made pretty big puddles of the color because I'm going to dip my cotton ball in it to make my darkness. And I kind of made that a little lighter, some different colors like pinks, and mixed the blue to make some purples so it looks like lights breaking through the darkness. And so the verse we're working on is Genesis 1:3. He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Because we're talking about how powerful God's Word is. He spoke everything into existence. And so after I added my pink, I went in with a light color blue with my cotton ball and just added those kind of around the white spaces and just dabbed those on. Now your cotton ball soaks up that water pretty good. That's why I say make pretty big puddles of your watercolor, because you're going to see I'm going to have some lags in time where I'm just it's kind of like sitting, you can't see me do anything because I'm mixing up more of that colors like right now. And so I added some of the dark color on top of the pink here at the bottom, the dark blue. And at first it looks very blue. So I just dabbed that all around the edges. And I didn't want it to be so dark. So I came back in with my pink. And so I dabbed my cotton ball into my pink. I had to mix up more pink. Like I said, I didn't make big enough puddles. So that's something to keep in mind. You don't want to dip your cotton ball straight into your watercolor tray. You want to mix it up and pour it onto your plate. So I had to mix up a little more pink. And so I'm adding that on top to make like a purple color towards the edges, and then just do the dark, dark blue at the very edge. And like I said, I have a lot of pauses where I'm mixing up more of that color. So keep in mind your cotton ball does absorb that water really, because that's kind of their job. That's what they're made for. So I had to use about 3 cotton balls to make this page, because once they soak up all that color, it's hard to get new color on top of it. And so I wanted it to be a little bit darker. What I did, I just kind of judged by the colors I wanted, and I kept adding color on top, because watercolor, you can really work in layers. You can have light, very, very light colors, or you can keep adding and make your colors more bold. I was just showing you how full my cotton ball was. I'm going to get a new one here to add some more pink on top as well. So I wanted my pink to be a little more bold in the center there, and put it on top of some of that blue to make it not so dark, but maybe more bright. And I just kept adding those colors in there until I got a design that I liked. And you notice I kept my white spaces in the middle for my light breaking through. And so I wanted to add a few white paint splatters. So I took white acrylic paint and I added some water with my brush to thin it out. And then you can take the edge of your paintbrush and just flick that onto the page and create some, kind of looks like stars, because God was creating the day and the night. And if you don't like one, you can kind of dab over it and change the shape. And then I dried that. Now I'm going to add my some of my light breaking through this darkness. And so I took my white gel pen. If you don't have a white gel pen, you could use a very thin paintbrush and some white acrylic paints. And I just added kind of like some rays breaking through these dark clouds, this dark nothing that was before God created the world. And you can add those how you like. When I first did this in the video here, I didn't add as many lines as I did at the very end. I went back in and added a few more. And I also wanted it a little wider in that center, so it'd be more like light. So I colored over that a little too. And then I took my finger and kind of smudged it so it kind of went over the top a little bit there. Smudged it around a little. I'm going to add my lettering with my white gel pen, and I sped this part up just so you can see kind of what I did. I did let in cursive, there be in print, and light also in a cursive, and I wanted to make my cursive look more like calligraphy, so I went back in and thickened up my downstroke so it looked a little bit more like calligraphy lettering. And I did that with the white because I thought it made it stand out pretty and match the white splatters. Then I added my verse on the side with a black pen. Here's our finished page. Hope you all have enjoyed this tutorial and are able to recreate this in your own Bible. Thank you.